Okay, in the audience targeting tab of this research training, we are going to go through and do some of this together based upon the ideal client of the work-at-home mom and based upon the product that I'm pretending I'm selling here in this example, a course on how to flip furniture and chalk paint it for profit. So let's use that example and go through this. This is part of our audience targeting research. These are the sheets that we use for clients and students. So as you see in the first row, there's a bunch of different column headings that we're going to work through. And these can change a little bit based on your product, your solution, your company, your brand. They can get very detailed, but we've just pulled out some common ones to get you started. So for example, online academy or school that offers training on your offering, right? And so your offering would get changed out for the chalk painting course example. I'm actually going to do a find and replace really quickly. So I'm going to click Control F. I'm going to find your offering and replace with chalk painting for profits in just this sheet and replace it all. Now it's actually changed it all out and it makes more sense for when I go over to Google and do some searching, okay? So online academy or school that offers training on chalk painting for profits, and maybe it's chalk painting classes and maybe it's not exactly chalk painting for profits, but the end result is that the work-at-home mom is going to make some profit by buying a piece of furniture for $20, chalk painting it, and selling it for $200. So online academy, I wouldn't necessarily know all the answers here out of my head, but that's what Google is for. So I'm going to go to Google. First, I can literally copy all of this. And I can go to Google, move this over here, and I can type in online academy, online school, simplify this for Google, training, chalk painting, for profit. Let's leave that in there and see if anything comes up. And what you do is you start reading down the results and seeing if it makes sense as, oh yeah, that's one of them that's doing that. So online furniture painting workshops, designed decor, learn do-it-yourself furniture painting or advanced paint techniques in the comforts of your own home. Today I'm opening my workshops. Okay, so this is obviously someone that's doing just that. So I'm going to click copy the link. I'm not going to click and go read all this. We don't have time for that today. All we're doing is gathering the information. So I'm going to put that website name, designeddecor.com, designeddecor.com, and I'm going to hyperlink with the link that I grabbed. And I'm just going to go to the next one, okay? Marianne Murfield, artist and owner of Brushstrokes, after attending certificate of training for completion of the fine furniture. Okay, no, we just want chalk painting. Now, Annie Sloan is a brand name of a very great quality, more expensive paint. And while I'm thinking of this, I'm going to put Annie Sloan paint in the sales channels that are related to chalk painting. So your paint is related to chalk painting, your brushes, your sanders. So those are things that related, but I don't want to skip ahead too much. Let's see, chalk paint workshops, Maison Warehouse, holds. So this might be in person at their location, or it might be online. This while training at art school, we don't know if Annie Sloan does online. Chalk, oh, here we go. Chalk paint by Annie Sloan workshops. Okay. So there's some here, copy link. And so you go through this. Wait, which website was that? Edwin Loy Home. Edwin Loy Home. I'm gonna put that link in there. And you go through and you try and get at least 3 rows for each one of these, okay? So let's go to the next one. Forums or blogs that give you information on chalk painting. Now, one of the more common forum sites is Reddit, but we could take out the online school word and put forum. So let's change forum, chalk painting classes online, right? Because in my example, mine's going to be online. I want to know who else is doing it online. And why do I want to know who else is doing it online? Is because I want to know where my potential audience is already looking, where they might be looking, might not be looking, who's doing it, who has big audiences. So this is just information gathering. We don't have to think about it too much right now. So forums. I don't know if that's a forum or not. Facebook is considered a forum. Beginner chalk painting classes, copy link. This is, we have a column, I believe there's a column for Facebook specifically. Facebook groups and pages. I don't know if that's a group, let's see. That's an event, okay. It's actually holding an event. So why don't we add Facebook events. Of course, it would be timely. It would expire. Burradoo, New South Wales. Burradoo. Just something that this link can, because I keep grabbing the link as I see something. Okay, so we're still looking for forums. What you could do is go directly to the forum. So we could copy this. We could go directly to Reddit. Search Reddit, chalk painting. Now, I am not that Reddit savvy, but here's a couple communities. Rock painting, no. They don't have anything on chalk painting? Interesting. Oh wait, I'm looking down here. Found a vanity at Unique Antique Shop, decided to give chalk painting a whirl. So 1.1 thousand comments in here. So you can come through here and you can find out if people are talking about it, if there's a big audience. Okay, and so you go through each. You could grab one of these as an example. Painting. So maybe the painting area. So maybe not. Maybe Reddit's not a great place. Okay, so this is a good indicator that Reddit is not a great place to find your ideal client. Okay, so you would want to make note of that you could possibly put Reddit equal no. A big fat no. And then you would go to, let's see, online do-it-yourself stuff to do chalk painting. Now we know Pinterest is going to be all over that, but we have Pinterest down here. But let's see if there is do-it-yourself. Let's ask Google, do-it-yourself chalk painting class. Of course there's going to be videos, right? Of course, that's YouTube. And we have YouTube up here. Right here, who has YouTube videos? So we could pop these in there. We could go to videos. You can skip around in here. It's okay. I mean, rabbit holes aren't neat. They take you down different directions. So we could go right to the videos and see that this person, 7 chalk painting tips for beginners and supplies you must have. Guaranteed those supplies are on affiliate links. Chalk paint tutorial start to finish. Well, that sounds promising to see. Let's click on it. I usually do open a new tab, open a new tab, open link in new tab because I don't want to lose this page. So we'll just go over here, look at this one, hit pause, and check out, she posted this in 2013. She has, look at these views, 1.5 million views. That's great news. We would want to get in front of her audience, okay? So 431 comments. So we would take this URL, or we would take Vanessa's URL, actually her channel, copy, hello, and we would pop this into here. Vanessa has some stuff, and we would link it. I grabbed her channel link. And you do this for each one of these. So let's get at least one in here. Companies that will do chalk painting for profits. There's plenty of companies that will chalk paint your furniture. It's probably going to be your local high-end thrift store, antique store. Books your audience reads. Ooh, let's check for books. Chalk painting. Let's just type in chalk painting and then come over to more in Google and say books. Of course, Annie Sloan's chalk paint workbook. She's super, super famous and popular in the chalk painting world. She has one of the top chalk paints on the planet. So, okay, so there's a book. Again, why are we documenting this? This is all about finding out where your customer is, your potential customer already, right? Because, oh, I just grabbed the text, not the link. Because when your competition has paved a path ahead of you, that's a good thing. It means that people are actually purchasing it if that competitor is still in business. And it means that there is demand for what you are providing. So these are all Annie Sloan's. A Beginner's Guide to Chalk Painting. Copy link address. So there are ways when you get into traffic to get in front of the people that have already purchased these books, get in front of the people that are following those authors, but you want to know so much about your ideal client that you always know exactly where to find them. Let's see, are there magazines? Chalk painting, is there a drop down for magazines? News. So we will put magazine in all. Creative Chalk Paint Magazine. Open that in a new tab. Creative Chalk Paint Magazine. Here we go. Creative Chalk Paint Magazine. Let's go look at this. That says submissions, but let's go to the root. See if it's still in business. And we'll check their Facebook page while that's loading. Oh, look how pretty. Creative Chalk. I love teals and navy blues and yellows. Obviously, it's in my brand. So this is, look at this. 7,000 people like this page. 7,000 people follow this page, which means you can actually get in front of their audience. And if they're running ads, you can go see what kind of ads they're running. There's a lot of information you can gather when you complete your research. So magazine, this was called, what again? Creative Chalk Paint Magazine. Creative Chalk Paint Magazine. Apply. That's still loading. That's not a good sign. Something on their site is very intensive. Very intensive. So people are, they have a exit pop. People are most likely coming to this site and leaving because it takes too long to load. So if you were on this page, if my product, my chalk paint product came up, you know, with those keywords, they would move on down the page and keep looking. So it's good if your competition has a bad website, or anything bad for that matter. It's not loading. I don't see a lot of magazines, but let's keep going. You're getting the point of this. Top podcasts. Ooh, there's a good one. Chalk painting podcast. I highly doubt that there's a podcast on chalk painting because, oh my gosh, there is. Chalk Paint Kitchen podcast on the Purple Couch, but that doesn't mean that's what they're talking about. Oh, interview with Bahia Annie Sloan, stockist on a kitchen project. There's a chalk paint podcast. See that? On the Purple Couch. Copy link address. On, guess what? That's where your audience is listening. Want to be a guest on the show to put your chalk painting for profits product in front of that audience? Boom. That's crazy. There's a podcast for everything. Stitcher.com podcast, Recycled Interiors podcast. Wow. There's more podcasts on chalk painting than I realized. So we'll grab this one, Recycled Interiors podcast. We will grab the link. Do you have existing lists? So this is a yes or no for myself in this example, or you. So if you have existing lists, like yes, email equals 10,000 people, right? So that's yes, Facebook group of crafty moms equals 6,000, right? So you write down all your lists if you have something that you could potentially market to. Are there other Facebook groups that talk about chalk painting? So you could just go to Facebook search and type in chalk paint. So groups, chalk painting, you always want to click groups, so make sure we narrow it down. So yes, there's a chalk painting group. Copy link address. Link it, paste. These are usually easier. It's easier to find the social networks. Painted furniture tips before and after group, official, HTP, DIY, chalk painted furniture cabinets and more. Whoa, how is there 9,000 posts a day? I might have to join that. Anyway, you can grab the links of all these and pop them in as a link if you want. Copy link. Paste. World of Chalk Paint, 240 posts a day. I knew I liked chalk painting, but dang, this is a big deal. Chalk mineral paint enthusiast, a Dixie Belle paint group, 100. These are some active groups over here, peoples, as long as that's not all spam for people's homemade chalk paint that they're selling. Okay, so we've got the events. So you can go back here and just click on pages. So those were the groups. So now you could grab the links for the pages. They're live right now, it looks like. Copy link, Chalk Paint 101. Okay, so you do this for, you would open these and see, open link in new tab, open link in new tab. You want to see the ones that are bigger. It would be great if you can just pick out all the ones that are big. These are easy. You could literally put Heirloom Traditions Paint, 143,000 likes. So you want to identify which pages are the biggest, okay? For almost 340,000 people. So you document some of these pages. copy. And I like my URLs clean. I always come in and take off this stuff. And then what I also do with find and replace is I say anything with an https://www dot, replace it with nothing. That means it's going to strip that out, this sheet. And then it just makes your URLs a little bit cleaner. And then you would do the same thing with Instagram and Pinterest and LinkedIn and any other that you might think matches to your ideal client and where you might be positioning your product.